This episode of WisBusiness.com, the show, is brought to you by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, Madison Gas and Electric, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee.
Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. On today's show, Tom Still talks about the growing consensus around the need for better trained workers in Wisconsin. And Paul Jadin talks about his coming move from the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation to Thrive. First, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Rising GE Healthcare. The Wisconsin-based company announces a trio of high-profile developments in the state, one in Madison and two in the Milwaukee area. In Madison, it's a 10-year research agreement that will lead to GE spending nearly $33 million on medical imaging research at the university. In a similar agreement, GE announces $3 million to work with the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee to create medical imaging software. GE also opened an engineering center at its gas engines plant in Waukesha. That created 115 new GE employees over the last year and a half. And falling, Dairy Business Innovation Center, a virtual state center that has helped bolster America's Dairyland specialty cheese industry, is set to shut down at the end of the month. The nonprofit group, funded largely with federal dollars, has fallen victim to a congressional earmarks ban and indicates in a letter to clients that it was unable to raise the $500,000 needed to continue. Tom Still is next with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
When someone you count on anticipates your needs, your job becomes a whole lot easier. Grant Thornton clients get advice and recommendations from partners in the U.S. and through member firms worldwide. Grant Thornton.
How can there be a shortage of skilled workers in Wisconsin when the unemployment rate is still hovering around 7.5%? The answer to that question is simpler and more important than you might imagine. Like many other states with nagging unemployment, Wisconsin has plenty of job openings for workers with the right skills, but too many potential workers whose training and education levels fall short. Workers who a generation ago would have found good jobs performing mostly manual labor have found themselves displaced for a variety of reasons, some of which are beyond their control. Meanwhile, the kind of workers required by today's manufacturers, tech businesses, and service industries are becoming harder to find. Closing that skills gap is the subject of 3 recent reports on workforce development in Wisconsin. While all 3 emphasize different parts of the problem, they agree on the challenge as well as some possible solutions. The first report is called The Road Ahead, Restoring Wisconsin's Workforce Development. It was written by a group headed by Tim Sullivan, the former Bucyrus-Erie executive who saw those workforce gaps firsthand. Its recommendations range from encouraging immigration of high-skilled workers to better coordination of state workforce programs, to establishing academic and career plans for every student. The second report is called Navigators to the Future. Its focus is better science, technology, engineering, and math education for all students, but particularly for those who want to pursue tech careers. It lays out ways to accomplish those goals in Wisconsin. The third report comes from the State Department of Public Instruction. Its Agenda 2017 report recommends increasing Wisconsin's high school graduation rate, doubling college and career readiness rates, and allowing high school students to more easily earn credit for college courses and industry training. America is fast becoming a place where the right skills are necessary to find a good job. With the help of those who are committed to understanding the gaps and the needs, Wisconsin can become a model for building a stronger workforce.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Paul Jadin, who will leave Wisconsin's Economic Development Agency to lead a regional economic group in Madison.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Paul Jadin, Secretary and CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, but soon to take on a similar role at Thrive. Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Thank you.
You've led WEDC since January 2011, when it was still known as the Wisconsin Department of Commerce. Why leave now that the transition is complete?
Well, what we've tried to accomplish over the last 20 plus months is to create an organization that is both private and bold. And part of that boldness is getting all of our extended enterprise to get more on board with what we've accomplished in terms of the 5 basic economic development functions. And after going to Thrive and talking a little bit about their plans without even being a candidate, I learned that they're a little further from where we need them to be than what we thought they were. And so the intent is really to continue that reorganization of WEDC by getting one of the regions in the state to get on board with those 5 economic development functions and then try to replicate that statewide.
And what are your top 3 accomplishments at WEDC?
I think I look at it in terms of, again, those 5 functions. We've accomplished something rather significant in each of those areas. We're going to be announcing the state brand through our marketing area. That's a very significant achievement. In our business and industry division, we've started the cluster activity through the Water Council in Milwaukee. We look forward to developing 6 or 7 more of those. In our economic and community development division, obviously that's where the bulk of our awards and activity come, and so we look at things like the Coles announcement, the Kestrel activity in Superior, Rood lighting. Those are some of the major announcements we've made that represent thousands of jobs and significant innovation. I think the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to in terms of the entrepreneurship and innovation division is the capital investment project that we're working on, and that's one of the primary reasons that I'm staying through October, is to get a bill for the governor to either put in his budget or take through the legislature.
You will become president of Thrive, an 8-county region, on November 1st. What are your immediate goals for Thrive?
I want to be able to visit one-on-one with 45 of the 50 top businesses in the area very quickly and get a better understanding of their needs, their place in the local economy. I want to be able to get on board with the partners. That means all of the community officials, the chambers of commerce, the economic development professionals. I want to be able to put together a cluster plan so that we have a cluster activity that's being funded by WEDC within a year, and that may be in the bioegg area or some other area of our economy here. I want to be able also to develop a relationship with the international community, and again, that is one of the significant developments that have occurred over at WEDC, that our international division has gone from 4 offices to networks in 12 countries around the world, and I think it's going to bode well for exporting and foreign direct investment.
Thanks, Paul, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.